What's up, guys? Nice Tempest here. I have lost just about an hour and 10 minutes of voiceover for this video because the microphone had switched on my audio recording from my microphone to my wife's microphone. And I didn't know it until about an hour and 10 minutes into recording this video. So, you're getting future me. So, as you can see here, in between episodes, I added an additional 8 coal generators and 3 water extractors to double our power output. Got a nice little bird's eye view there from our photo mode trick. Just press R3, I believe it is, to decouple your camera so you can get a bird's eye view like this. So got a splitter right there, you know, from our 240 line, split it right there, moved it over with a conveyor lift all the way over there. And split it right there in the middle, so that way it splits everything a little bit more evenly and starts up a little bit faster than the other one. And I did it in such a way so the splitters would actually be able to continue out if I wanted to shard the coal miner and double our coal gens, or power shard our coal gens to increase our power. And here I got some batteries that we unlocked with the power distribution, I think. So each one of those batteries holds 100 megawatts, 100 megawatt hours of power. And I made enough to where I think that's 15 of them. So we have 1,500 megawatt hours of power, just in case something goes wrong and I don't know, I tripped the system because I slightly overbuilt, and because we're using more than 1,200. Well, I have 1,500 in place, so that'll keep everything powered for an hour while I try and fix the thing. So that's fine. Got some Fixsmith stuff going on. Which I'm trying to do some of. You know, it's getting a little bit crowded over here with machinery. And since I've been slooping stuff, it's been getting power shards and DNA capsules like mad, which I've explained in a previous video. That's why I've got all the extra stuff from the Fix-It shop and all that good stuff. So the goal of this video is to automate the automated wiring, since we did the versatile framework in the last video. And as you can see, we've got about half of it done, and the other half should be done by the time we get the automated wiring done. And that's also how you do the flashlight. You hold R1, I believe it is, and then you press right on the D-pad to turn the flashlight on. Pretty helpful. I didn't know that until this episode. And also, if the commentary kind of repeats whenever the actual commentary I recorded for this video kind of doubles up, I apologize. Tried to keep that on the down low as much as I could and not overlap stuff, but I built on a little storage building back here underneath the Fixmas tree. So we have a whole bunch of racks where we can build the personal storage boxes. And I'm planning on like organizing all that and just storing a lot of the basic building stuff in here. And as you can see, we added some lighting, so let's take 10 megawatts each. So it's probably like 30-40 megawatts in there. No, I think that's more like 60 to 90 megawatts actually. So realistically, I can just delete that wire and save a little bit of power. Right, Fixmas presents are dropping from the sky. Let's see, I don't know where I'm going right now. Am I going back in the storage area? Yeah. Oh, okay, so we're gonna build some personal storage boxes to store some stuff in. Kind of empty out my inventory a little bit. And try and keep it somewhat organized, while also keeping a little bit of building materials in my inventory. But I really should just worry about this later, which I think I am. So we're gonna jet off this way. We're going to, get rid of some of this inventory. And let's dump all the Fixmas stuff in here. Dump the presents in here. And just doing that freed up a lot of space. Yeah, our copper production kind of grinded to a halt, so. But we've got a belt running, which I put on conveyor lists. Well, stackable conveyor supports, really. Also, I didn't know that these had a ladder attached to the side of them. Like, it kind of looked like a ladder, but I never tried climbing it to find out. But built this between this episode and last episode. Kind of got it started. So I have to delete all the conveyor belts. And hopefully I spaced out the stackable conveyor poles correctly. Because if they're too far apart, I'm just gonna have to delete one stack and move a little bit closer, and hopefully that'll get her done. So I built them all the way out towards here, which is our steel factory, because we need to make rotors to automate the automated wiring production. Also, here's where I discussed that I have gotten that power slug before, and they apparently respawn. I'm not creative, this is just a regular game and got it on Retaliate for the mobs. So yeah, that's news to me. I thought whenever you picked them up, they were gone, but apparently they respawn. So there's that. So just grab a whole bunch of plates. Yep, there's the rest of our versatile framework. That should, well, that might be all of it. I really need to put a power tower over here because zip lining on a power line is way faster and also a little bit safer. Because you don't have to worry about falling into holes in the ground or what have you. But parachuting around is kind of fun. So we'll dump this stuff in the old Space Needle here. And we'll see where that gets us. Hey, that ended up being all of it. Fantastic. So now we just have the automated wiring to do. Also, gotta fix that. That's the storage rack that you can build the personal storage boxes in. Also, isn't she pretty? Mainly built this for the Fixmas tree. Decorations aren't quite done yet. Don't think they ever will be, really. But I'm gonna try my best. Just gonna gather these over here because, you know, why not? This was before I figured out that you could just plop down a couple of Fixmas trees, smaller ones, and they would just spit out like 15 Christmas presents a piece per minute, I think. No, I've already figured that out because they're right there. Duh. Dump those in there. Kind of sort the old inventory. And I'm gonna dump the versatile framework. Yeah, we're gonna dump the extras in here. Because tickets. We need a lot of tickets. Why? Because tickets buy us all kinds of helpful stuff in the awesome shop. Also, it looks like I've got some Fixmas stuff stuck on the belt. So all that's gonna be gone. Rehook that to there. And we're good as gold. Now we'll get some more tickets. And we'll dump all that in there. Because we're not gonna need that right now. Kind of need to free up some inventory space. Anything else we can dump in here? Trying to put all the Fixmas stuff in one box. All right. And grab some steel beams. Some more concrete. Let's sort all that out. And let's... Oh yeah, I am out of Modular frames. So I gotta go grab some more modular frames so we can complete that research. I really need to run a big power line out there so I can just zip line on it. Be a lot faster. Maybe I'll do that next episode. Or in between episodes, one of the two. Big bean. Because a blueprinter will be really useful whenever we unlock it and actually put it to use by making our own blueprints. I don't think you can share blueprints on console, but it could be wrong. Like, I don't know how you would do it though. Like, if you could, I don't know how you could do it. So we're just gonna zip on back here and unlock this tier. Boop. Boop that guy. And drop these in here.
Milestone reached. Blueprints reduce repetitive building tasks, further optimizing your progression towards saving Earth with its beautiful ecosystems, abundant natural resources, and sunsets over frolicking puppies and kittens. The blueprint designer allows you to build and combine structures once and then duplicate that configuration effortlessly. Any complaints about the spatial restrictions will only reveal your own inefficiencies. New Caterium research options available. Congratulations on finding this metal. Many Fix-It initiatives will benefit from Caterium's applicability in advanced engineering. Also, it is probably not sentient, and so unlikely to feel pain as we exploit it. Zipline unlocked. When equipped, the zipline facilitates travel along power lines, regardless of whether the line is powered. Note, based on previous Pioneer events, Fix-It recommends not using zip lines during thunderstorms and typhoons or while drinking coffee.
That's a lot of research done. A lot of helpful research.
Power Pole Mark II unlocked. This provides additional power connections compared to the Power Pole Mark I.
Gonna say haha physics joke.
Stun rebar ammo unlocked. This applies a moderate electric charge to the target, capable of stunning small creatures and moderately delaying larger ones. This is quite atomically exciting. That was a physics joke.
Don't know what I'm looking for right now. Obviously some plastic. I think I had a brain fart as to how much I needed. Yep. Yeah, I had a brain fart. because there's the plastic I need right there. Research these. Sweet. Now we're gonna want to get the smart splitter, because that's gonna be super handy.
Research
And
completed.
the AI
High-speed connector recipe unlocked.
limiters
New Caterium research
are
available.
super easy to make. It's Caterium wire, aka quick wire, and copper sheets. Piece of piss. But the power switch will also be very helpful, because we can hook that up to factory, incoming power in one side and factory power on the other side. And if things start to get out of hand power wise, we can just flip the factory off and just shut it all down and keep our grid from completely going down because we're drawing too much power. But eventually I want to get to geothermal right there, because that's free energy. Like you build, like you research the thing, you build the thing, and it produces power. That's it. Doesn't need anything. You just slap it on a geyser and nope. Boot the disk. But you just slap it on the geyser and then it just generates power. Now the thing about geysers is that it is a it's not constant, like the same amount of power. It's a range of low end to high end power. So depending on the purity of the geyser, that will dictate how much power you're gonna, what the power range you're gonna get it is. And by it I mean energy. So obviously the more pure the node, the more energy you can gain from that geyser. And usually it's the power range is higher. So, and I think somewhere I heard someone did the math, and it was something like, I don't know, like a free like 5 gigawatts of power or something. Which is not something to shake a stick at, because that is like double what we can produce right now with 16 coal generators. So, I mean, granted, that is every single geyser on the map, but that's still like free power. Just slap it on a geyser, done. Just hook it up to your grid. Super easy. And for automated wiring, we need rotors and we need cable. And the cable is the reason why I got those conveyor poles just sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. Because we have a cable source that is not far from our steel plant. So we can just belt that stuff over and then bring it into our production chain. Then we just got to bring the wire over from the exact same facility over, and we can just throw the bazillion pipes we have at it and automate our stators, and then there's the automated wiring done. Boof. Not hard. Now, will the later stuff require the early stuff part, like space elevator part wise? I have no idea. Like I've completed this phase And that's it. And just as far as my previous playthroughs go, like I looked at what aluminum required, and you know, had the whole deer in the headlights moment with trains, and I just said no. I'd restart. But not doing that this time. Not doing that this time. So we're gonna go over here. We already have the belt partially done, so we're just gonna finish the belt. Or belts, plural. Figure out where we can put it. It's a little bit tricky. Hopefully, so far so good. Conveyor pulls haven't been too far. I think there's a couple that might be too far up ahead. And we're using 60 belts because we don't really need 120 belts of the stuff, so we're saving materials, even though we got a metric crap ton of reinforced iron plates. So we're just gonna keep working on this belt. I think that is the wrong one for that. We need to go one lower. If it'll let me. There we go. Nice and easy. Is that too far? Nope. Looked like it's gonna be real close to being too far though. Because the trick to this is knowing how far is too far, and then obviously not going too far. But that is always the hard part. No, so far I did a good job at eyeballing, and it's too long. Alright. I knew that'd happen at some point. That should be good, right? Yeah, that'll be alright. I was going to move that further out. Because I know I'm probably got to bring the next one in closer. Now the reason why I'm going from our current belts over to the new pole is because if you go the other way, sometimes reverses the belt and it won't connect to your existing belt. So that's the reason why I'm doing it like that. Yep, that'll do. And the nice thing about doing this while it's hooked up to the materials is that the belts are going to be preloaded by the time we get everything set up. Invalid belt shape. That's because it's not connecting up right. Yeah. Pain in the butt. Almost there. One more conveyor pole. Then we'll be at the factory. Then we gotta set up the assembly line. I think that's gonna be too long, so we're gonna plop that right there. Just save ourselves a little bit of trouble. It's the first time I've actually ran a belt like this. Using the conveyor poles and all that. I mean. Alright, now I have to set up our assembly line. So we got our pipes back there, so I think it makes sense to put our assembler back here. Just kind of line it up. And we'll just have our pipe coming in from right there. I mean, yeah, that could work. We'll just grab that, say screw it, we'll just put it right there. Make it look a little prettier. Now it's gotta put some conveyor poles down. Come on. 2, 3, yeah, okay. Alright, we'll see how that works. Hey, it works. So now, just do that to make it have a nice 90-degree turn, and bam. Job's a good one. So now we have stators being produced. And now we need an assembler ahead of that to run the stators to, and then bring in our cable into. kind of bring it out a little bit, give us a little bit of space. I think that's lined up, I think. Just boop it right there. Kind of do this situation. Put a little container right there. There we go. Now it's not backwards. That wasn't lined up. But now it is. Let's belt that straight into there. Alright, there's that. I need to build that taller. I mean, that'll work. So, got that all built. So now it's got to power everything. I mean, realistically, we can just grab this power line and put a new power pole right there. Just grab that and put it up here in the same place and done. Now set that to automated wiring and bam. Done. Job's a good one. Now we just gotta wait for all the materials to be brought over and that'll be done in no time. We only need 100, so it's not a lot. So now we're gonna put that there, and we're gonna split off some of them stators, because we'll be producing more than that machine will use. So in order to keep it from clogging the line up and keep the machines running smoothly, we'll just dump all the extras in that container. Then that's where the smart splitter would come in handy, because then you can tell it to overflow into that container. And, you know, you still get the full amount to the machine until the line backed up. And we're just going to sleep this thing to kind of like speed it up a little bit. It's going to cost a lot of power, but I think it quadruples your power usage. So, like on a constructor, it's 4 megawatts, but if you sloop it, it turns into 16. That kind of thing. So now, I mean, we do have all this down here. And we do have that right there that's not in use. We just don't really have anything to use it for right now. So now we're basically just waiting for that to be done. And then that will be that. Then that'll be that phase done, and then it'll be trophy get. Hopefully my recording software actually picked up the trophy popping. And as you can see, we need a metric crap ton of copper sheets. And we already have a copper factory right here, making all this. But it's only at a Mark 1 miner. So we could actually upgrade to Mark 2 and then send all the ore upstairs, get it smelted, and then get it turned into copper sheets. So we're just gonna grab a splitter, which realistically we can just attach a conveyor lift to this splitter right here and send it through the roof, because I want to go vertical with this factory. So yeah, we could do that. But realistically, we might have to grab another one of these and split it off before that. But we'll see. But for now, we kind of need to make an upper floor. So we'll just use walls and set up a space. I think we're gonna need one extra in order to get up and over that miner there. So we're not going to build too many walls. Yep, there we go. It's kind of gotta make a nice large floor up there. That way we got plenty of space to work with, building-wise. Because I want the half of the materials that this miner is making to be copper sheets, because we need a crap ton of them. And that'll be good enough. I'm just gonna make an access ladder. And boom. Nice and easy. Now we gotta figure out, using a conveyor floor hole, we gotta figure out where we need to put our smelters. Didn't add this to the video. So so I think we're gonna bump it out. Right about there, I think. Gotta reverse it so it's picking stuff up instead of dropping stuff off. Alright, it auto-connected, which is fantastic, so now that that's done, I need to place some smelters and figure out build configurations and all that. Then once that's done, I have to build some constructors. I'll leave a bit of space on the back for belts. There we go. Yep, right about there. So now I've got to put a conveyor lift right there. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. All that's lined up. And that's gone vertical to give us some space. I just gotta attach those to our smelters. Yeah, I'm out of plates, so just Mark II, because why not? Now we set that to copper. So now we got 60 copper a minute. Yeah, don't have Caterium or quick wire for Mark II power pole. So I grab our power from there. Yeah, we'll just put it right there. Just gotta bring that down here. And just kind of place that right there. Wire that up, and now we just gotta put down our constructors. Alright, how much does each one take? So now it's going to, again, out of material, so I'm just gonna grab some plates real quick. Alright. Now that we've got our plates, we can actually finish this thing. So now to figure out what orientation to put them in, I think I'm just gonna stack them out this way. I mean, I have plenty of space, so... There we go. So now we can just place a merger between the two. Merge them and then just create a manifold to feed all three. Easiest way of doing it. But we're going to try and line up the constructor with our input. So we'll put it right there, then we'll just build on either side of it. Alright, the belts go a little bit better. Straight always looks better than all kinds of wonky. Now we just take a splitter, do this number, and I'll be all three of those machines fed. So now we just select copper sheets. I think I try copying and pasting here. Yep, copied. Dad, you can't paste by looking at it like you can on PC. So you gotta go into the machine and then paste the settings that way. So it's gonna hook that up right there. And now we have to feed all that into storage containers, because that's gonna be a lot. But luckily, since while I was grabbing our plates, I grabbed us some more steel beams to make these. So now we have not one, not two, but 3 industrial storage containers for copper sheets. Which is good, because I'm sure by the time I come back later that those are going to be just chock full. Or very close to being chock full. Alright, so now I got all that sorted. We need to upgrade our miner to Mark II. So Because as you can see, we're getting supply issues to our furnace because we haven't upgraded the miner to Mark II yet, so it's not spitting out enough stuff. So we need to change that. Do we have enough stuff? No, we are missing 10 modular frames. Took me a second. But luckily I brought extras over and put them over here. So we're just going to grab them from over here, go back, upgrade it, and done. But as you can see, even though we are producing decent amount of power there, you know, 600 megawatts there, then another 600, so it's 1200 total. Still getting close to our usage because it's our production with our usage, because we have so many freaking machines, because it takes so many freaking machines to automate everything. So we really need to get to fuel power, which we won't get into next episode because I've already recorded it at this point. But we really need to get that done so we can start getting some serious power output. But I think we're gonna get into that in episode 8 probably, since we're about to get this phase done. Yes, that was me forgetting that I had to upgrade the miner. There we go. I have to upgrade that belt. There we go. Mark II. Now we've got steady flow to those, and we'll have a steady flow going up. Let's make that Mark II just to make it a little bit faster, because why not? Never hurts to have faster conveyors. Always hurts to have slower conveyors whenever you're trying to move stuff. I mean, technically you can kind of like throttle your lines depending on how you do your belts, but I'm not going into it that deep. That's me realizing that it's not splitting properly. By splitting properly, I mean it's not feeding the machines correctly because it's splitting 123 ways, which is overfeeding 2 of them. So just got to drop that right there, have a splitter right there, and that'll fix the issue. Yeah, that's not working. So I'm gonna have to change the direction of that in order to get it to work correctly. So yeah, we'll do that. There we go. Now we've got it split to 260s. And now the 60s are being split properly. So now that's feeding each machine exactly how much it needs, which is fan-frickin-tastic. So now we're going to see if we have enough copper sheets produced in order to get that next one done for the hypertubes. Because those can be mega handy. You can do all kinds of wild stuff with hypertubes. I've never used them personally, but it's because I haven't really gotten that far in the game. I've unlocked them, not used them. So now, looks like everything's running smoothly. Looks like all the machines are getting the proper materials. So, the 60s, or the 230s turned to 60, which is just feeding all that. So, now we're slowly spitting out copper sheets. See, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, the AI loader. So I need to set up Caterium. Well, not set up Caterium, because I set up Caterium stuff yesterday. a Caterium stuff. I mean a Caterium production facility. I can't English, I swear. So now we're going to check on our production over there. Because I also need to automate our encased industrial beams, because we're gonna need a metric crap ton of those. Alright, let's see, what do we got? We got, oh look at that, we got 100. So now, we can just take this to the space elevator and get us a trophy for completing phase 2. Also, we're getting close to the point of me realizing that my microphone wasn't being recorded this whole time. So, I'm going to let Past Me take it from here.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and fix its faith in you will be strengthened. Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fix It.
Well, holy crap, that was pretty much an entire, hour or so that I've been sitting there chatting away. And I look up and I just realized that I wasn't recording any audio. So I look up and look at my audio setup, and I went over to my wife's microphone instead of my own, which I should have double checked before I started recording. So yay. So just to catch you guys up, copper sheets, we're making a bunch per minute up there. Haven't upgraded that to Mark, no, we just upgraded that to Mark II. We have Fixmas tree, it's decorated, it's fantastic. We're getting the upgraded one later. We got power cells that now hold 1500 megawatts. Well, 1500 megawatt hours of power in case the crap hits the fan. Storage container. I'll be making a crap ton of these and storing all the spares and stuff in here. So I just need to do some minor adjustments to how the building looks and to lighting and all that. Let's see what else. So yeah, there's a flashlight. You hold the R1 and then you do left on the D-pad, and that turns the flashlight off and on. I didn't figure that out until a little while ago. So yeah, we're putting out 1200 megawatts of power because I doubled our inputs, or our power output. There we go. Because I had a splitter over there, pushed out that here, upgraded our miner to Mark II, and managed to cram an additional 3 water extractors in there. So that is fantastic. So we now are spitballing out a nice even 1200 megawatts of power with 16 coal power generators and 3 water extractors and a coal miner on a pure node that is Mark II. I've got all the stuff done in Phase 2 except for the hypertubes, stored a bunch of stuff, doing Fixmas, other than me yammering on. Need to automate the encased beams. We need to upgrade our steel production. We can now do oil processing, which is fantastic. That's going to unlock so much for us. We got Mark IV stuff, which is going to be fantastic. Jetpack's going to be good fun. Petroleum power is going to be a huge boost. Because fuel power generators, alternate recipes, all that fun stuff. Packagers, so you can package stuff and move it around. Industrial manufacturing, so that'll be the manufacturer, which is going to be another trophy. So, woo, trophy for completing phase 2. That's going to unlock computers for us, the modular engines and the adaptive control units, monorails, which I've not messed with at all, pipeline Mark II, that's going to be handy, bigger blueprint designer, which is going to be helpful. First one I'm probably going to gun for is oil processing, then petroleum power, then logistics Mark IV, then fluid packaging. So we're actually going to skip the hypertubes for now. Just for now. Because this, the oil production is mega important for this phase. So we got some building blocks done. We got our automated wiring done in record time, thanks to setting everything up beforehand, as far as our steel production is concerned, and our copper production as well, which we need to expand both. So you gotta go grab two hard drives. Oh, I mentioned in the dead silence, because the microphone was the wrong microphone and it was recording absolutely nothing, was that power slug up there. I did not know power slugs in this game respawned after a certain amount of time. I've gotten that power slug before. I've gotten the one over by our coal miner, which was a yellow one, if I'm remembering correctly. They apparently respawn. I had no idea that they respawned. I thought it was you grabbed them, they're a limited amount type thing, and once you grab them, they're gone. Apparently that is not the freaking case. They're back. Which, cool, I guess. It just means I can have a lot more slugs to give me a lot more power. Also, I saw that. Don't know what's up there. Can't remember if I've been up there. Let's figure that out real quick. We'll do 1 meter, found the 1 meter ramps. Okay, yeah, so it's a yellow power slug. Oh, let's blow it up, shall we? Oh, come on. Blow it up. Let's go. Have to blow up this rock first. I was a bit close to the explosion. Beep. There we go. Fantastic. Think.
Oh man, I said so much, and yet none of it was recorded. That's gonna suck. But you know what? It's okay. We plow forward. Ever forward. Sorry, that figuring that out just derailed my entire train of thought. Oh yeah, there's Sam down there that we can automate. We can automate some Sam. Didn't grab that guy before. He's new. He's original. I said it's gonna upgrade our power distribution system to the power towers. Need to upgrade our steel production. We've got copper sheets automated, so that's cooking. Steel pipes we have a crap ton of. Encased steel beams we have a crap ton of, simply because we found them all over the frickin' place. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. So much to do is so little time to do them. Grab. Oh yeah, I have 23 motors. We have half the motors we need. So we have rotors. Do motors just require motors or rotors and stators? Recipes, parts, kind of just, yeah, we'll do that. So now I have circuit boards, or will have circuit boards soon. Motors, yeah, rotors and stators. I can make all iron rotors, which we have a crap ton of frickin' stators. So I can just handcraft the rest. That'll get us there. You know what? Yeah. Let's do that real quick. So we'll be right back in a minute. Stators, which I have a crap ton of. Alright, that's all the motors we need. We'll delete all raw copper, we don't need it. We don't need it. Sort that. Have 70 of those in my inventory at the moment. Nope, got more shoved around somewhere. Somewhere. I had more of those. I do. There we go. Missed them. Alright, so there's 100 of those. I already have all the steel pipes. We got... Oh, we can actually go check on our... our copper sheets production. So there's those, there's those, there's those. Auto sort, there we go. So there's all that done. There'll be oil processing, which means we'll be dealing with byproducts, setting up oil production, running out power to get our oil production set up and going, and trying to not blow a fuse all at the same time. Let's have a look. See how we're looking. 200, 400, 600. Perfect. Perfect. Wee. Okay. So now then, that'll be oil processing done. We can drop, catch ourselves, then dump all of our copper sheets in there.
Milestone reached. Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
Thanks, Ada. Right, so we can unlock a jetpack, which would be awesome. But would really like to get Mark IV belts and petroleum powered, because we're about to up our power usage by quite a bit. Because as you can see, we're already reaching almost a gigawatt of power usage, and we only have 1.2 gigawatts of power we have available to use. What do we need for... Okay, so I can create 4 more. Need... Split custom. Grab 20 of those. There we go. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to be making a couple more batteries in our grid to store up an even 2 gigawatts of power rather than 1500 or 1500 megawatts or 1.5 gigawatts. Let's see, we just need to do we have 15, so we need 5 more. So we're going to put 2 right here. So we're going to have to expand this out a little bit. So 1, 2, so 1 more. Now we just put rails up so I don't make a dumb decision and fall off. Then let's do copy. Snapping mode. Now we're in the middle of that foundation. That foundation. That one. There we go. Do 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 do. Yeah, looks good. Okay, so that is done. So now we just gotta do this right here. There we go. So now we just daisy chain these. There we go. Alright, now we'll have an even 2,000 megawatts of power stored up. So even if the crap does hit the fan, we can, well, since we have the power switches now, I really like to get the priority power switches. But the power switches will allow us to turn off factories if we hook them up correctly anyway. So we can turn off factories so only the power making stuff is on the grid, so we can power the stuff on the grid to get us back up and running. So that way it'll be self-sustaining faster. And then we can just flip on one section of the grid at a time until we get to where everything is back online. Do 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 do. Sort. Just gonna take a whole bunch of those and just go ahead and sink those. Since we have those automated, it's okay. We'll be producing way more. Yeah, we have 13 fix-it coupons now. Just because I've been doing exactly that this whole time. Right. So I've got quick wire done last episode. Got some Fixmas stuff going and done. Got a general idea as to what I want to do. So that's gonna be the end of this episode. Sorry I wasn't recording the voiceover for the first half of, well, first 2/3 really of this episode, but hooray, we got a trophy and we got phase 2 complete and gonna be working on phase 3. So next time we're going to expand our steel production and probably redo our iron production as well. We'll see what happens. So without further ado, let me get over to our factory over here. There we go. Without further ado, we'll catch you guys in the next one.